Hello, fellow Hyruleians. I am your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome back to another exciting and action-packed episode of The Legend of Zelda, the Waker of Winds Randomizer. For today, we are continuing off within the Tower of the Gods, and we have just completed the first trial that they have laid out for us. And that trial was, of course, the trial of patience. Everybody's most favorite trial within the whole game. Honestly, I don't know how many people cares for the Tower of Gods, but this is actually one of my favorite locations in Wind Waker. So yeah, I really like this place. It has red to help you out through the first floor where the trial of patience is, which, you know, a lot of people just wants to get into the actual tower where there's all that action and puzzles and whatnot. But I just love how the layout is. And however, this dungeon does introduce one of my, not really my least favorite enemy, but as you can see, there's a Beamos here. So I really can't stand the Wizrobes that summon the different things and the Beamos. The rats that steal from you, I can kind of stand them, but yeah, so your main thing is to try to defeat them with arrows, but arrows sometimes don't work because, well, they do that. So my tactic is to use a bomb and let them destroy themselves. It's a lot easier. But hopefully you guys have been having a good day. I've been kind of taking a small break here because I've been editing quite a lot lately. And I ended up taking 2 breaks for the holidays. But when it comes down to it and looking back at my videos, I feel like one of my new things I am going to be trying to do is become more positive, because I feel like there may be some people who thinks that I'm one of those kind of negative people when it comes to this item is useless, that item is pointless. And because I'm the historian, I'm someone who loves The Legend of Zelda. Yet calling an item useless or pointless, it kind of goes against some things that I teach, I guess. Because not everything is useless. However, some items can be useless once you get to a certain point within the game. And one of the more useless items, and one thing I wish to talk about at the moment, is the Tingle Tuner, which is this item right here. Pretty much pointless, but in the actual GameCube version, you need it to activate some chests. And there's a hidden chest within each dungeon. And the platform that I am slowly walking around on is one of the places where you can find the chest. And there are playthroughs I've watched, and a lot of people don't know about why that platform is there, and why there are certain areas within other dungeons that just leads to a dead end. It's like, why do we have them? At the time, Nintendo was trying to introduce multiplayer mechanics, and the Tingle Tuner was one of them. Also, this is the main hub world where we are going to be doing the hub room, I should say. Hub world, not really. This is the main section where we are doing the second trial, where we have to lead 3 statues with the command melody to the center where we can reach the top of the tower. Oh, not really what I wanted. The bombs are only good when it comes to the Beamos, so may as well take that back. I did have the grappling hook out, but as I've mentioned in the previous episode, we would normally get the bow and arrow here, and that would be one of the things that we need it for. However, we need to enter this room first because it teaches you about the the statues. Did not know there was a hole there. But yeah, this is a place I really like. Just not only to the, I guess, the architecture, like how it actually looks. And you have to imagine that this place has been on the bottom of the ocean for a long time. And waiting for the hero to show up. And this tablet here is supposed to tell you to use the command melody, which we would have learned in the hub room, but then... So we first need to call it down, which is something that I feel like is an interesting mechanic when it came to Wind Waker, because you have these little guys following you around. Now, normally you could control these guys, and I wonder. Okay, so I'm gonna try this in a moment. Oh yeah. If you lose them, yeah, that happens. But I'm gonna actually, because that happened, yeah. So we can now control these guys with the command melody that we got in the last episode. And also, a lot of people is unclear what this barrier is that apparently Blue is standing on. And I don't know if that's the proper way to command people, Blue, but, you know, you keep on doing what you're doing. Anyways, though, the barrier always reminds me of the bridge that you would create in Ocarina of Time with, like, towards the end to get into Ganon's castle. So it reminds me that the sages could have made these barriers and whatnot, and for all I know, they could have even created this tower. Which is an interesting idea, like, because the tower is mentioned only, like, once in other games, and the closest thing that references it is where the Palace of Winds is within, like, Minish Cap and the Four Swords games. But, yeah. So, the first one is going to go to its pedestal and grant us an item. So normally we would not need the command melody at that point. However, this is in fact where we would have got the command melody. But let's see if I can get a... So yeah, this is what had the command melody. So, for the first item within this episode, what shall we get? Well, I guess we have to play the command melody just to see what it is. And we got 50 rupees! Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm trying to stay positive for now on, because... Okay, so let's see what he has to say first. So what kind of voice would these guys have? Because I feel like they would have a gravelly voice. I don't really see them having a high-pitched voice either. I mean, they could, but... My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. I don't believe that their voice would be that deep. I feel like, at the same time, more mechanical. I mean, they also remind me of the Sheikah tech that we would find within Breath of the Wild and stuff now. Hello, Jinxes. Or Bubbles. Yeah, sometimes they're Jinxes, other times they're Bubbles. And I have a horrible, horrible shot. Wow, how did I miss that? Hey, the Armos are alive. Hey, I got my arrow back. Now we just wait and allow them to blow themselves up. Because apparently that's what Armos do in this game. The big ones are a little bit more scary, but you guys may remember those. And normally we would have needed the grappling hook for that room, but because we had the bow and arrow ahead of time, we was able to do it a lot simpler. Also, I'm still kind of curious what these guys are supposed to be. I mean, they look like they have ears, that they resemble the other statues and whatnot, but, like, what are they? So now we are creating another magical bridge, and we actually must control them to guide them to the place of truth. Also, which I mentioned that the sages could have created this place. Another thing that I would think is that the Sheikah could have also created it. I mean, it does have somewhat of a Sheikah vibe. But so let's see. So thankfully we have these platforms. So I actually want to know what your favorite dungeons is. Just let me know in the comments below, and just like to see. Because as I've mentioned, this is one of mine because it has the more interesting mechanics. So, in fact, I am going to return to this room because we are going to be entering the room where we would have got the bow and arrow. So we're about to be facing a mini-boss a little bit earlier. Okay, well, I've had this issue before. I wonder how many more times that door is going to open and close. But we are about to be facing off with the mini-boss. What is the mini-boss, you may ask? An iron knuckle. This is actually where we would have first seen them. However, it's a one-on-one combat, so I think this will work for us. So, now that his armor is off, he's going to move a lot quicker. However, a lot of people say that the iron knuckles are better within... Well, I call them iron knuckles. I don't really know. It's the dark nuts. Because iron knuckles are Gerudo soldiers that uses battle axes. You know what? I should give him back his sword. Where we could have done this match correct. with honor, but I don't know if they teach you how to catch swords within the Knights Academy. Also, we are collecting some Knights Crests, and we can go back to Outset Island and yay, the compass. And anyways, give the Knight's Crest to Orica, the guy who was supposed to give you the beginning sword. And then ow, that hurt. You know what, Blue? I think that sword's too big for you. But yeah, got the compass, not that bad. We can actually see how many chests are actually in here. So yeah, the chest at the bottom right there, that was supposed to be where the Tingle statue would have been. Let's see, so one chest up there, so there's the boss. Did we miss any? No, so we got all the chests within the Trial of Patience. I feel like I'm going to start calling it that from now on. I mean, it fits. Ow, I am on fire. Fire hurts. Fire burns. But now, I'm going to quickly go back to this other room. Because just like that room, it has a few more enemies. Wow. So destroy the dark gems on their back, and we shall have our reward. Which are bombs, apparently. Now we're going to have a small target practice with our Wizrobe friend. You know what, I guess this would also be the place that would introduce the Wizrobes, now thinking about it. Yay, Trial of Patience. The one trial that everyone loves. And the one trial that makes this video last even longer. Bombs! A girl's best friend. Now here are the actual Armos. And yeah. I think this is the room where you're supposed to get the map. Has an interesting design there on the floor, though. But, you know, I've been thinking about this, because besides trying to be more positive within my videos, I'm actually... Okay, well, we got the map. I mentioned the map, and so there's the map. But I talked about trying to be more positive in my videos, and one other thing that I've started to notice, because I've been editing a lot of the videos from like episode 1 through 10 lately, it's been... a lot of them's been lasting a lot longer than expected. And some of you may not understand this, is that when I'm in the overworld selling the seas, it's kind of hard to say how much of that I cut out of the videos, because some of it I do have stories to tell, but then at the same time some of them have to be cut back just because that some of the episodes would turn out to be 30 plus minutes, and I don't want that. And I mean, if some of you guys have watched them, and I thank you for that. I mean, even if you don't watch the entire thing, at least to understand what the if you just understand what the main episode's about. So, thank you for that, and hopefully you have enjoyed the early episodes, because these episodes I have really been trying to make shorter but more entertaining. Have to call them first, then we can control them. What is it with controlling controlling people and seagulls and whatnot? You get to control a lot of things in Wind Waker, now thinking about it. Also, this is probably one of the more high-tech rooms with the giant laser beams. But thanks to our friend, we can make our way out. However, I want to take a quick look at this. So yeah, just a simple, interesting design, I guess. Has the same design that's on the doors. And I'm guessing that's supposed to be the same design, but is all... has to be probably all pixelated. Not really what I was trying to do. I mean, it helped for a second. No, I don't think Red actually understood not to let anyone in this tower. But I guess you can't really stop Wizrobes. They are birds after all within this game. So they can fly to the heights. Because there are multiple ways within this tower. Ooh, I see a bombable wall. Know what that means. Okay, I forgot about that room. However, I think our best bet at the moment is to get our friend back to his friends. Because friends are good. But we're gonna let our friend get to his pedestal, where then he can open up the pathway to the gods. Now this is actually supposed to resemble 3 other statues where we were supposed to take Din, Nehru's, and Feora's Pearl. However, this just creates a giant pink light that rises to the top, where we can see where the gods lie. So guys, I have decided to continue the Tower of the Gods within the next episode, since time has gotten away from me and we have only a few more rooms to go before we finish it. So, don't forget to leave a like or a comment below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more Zelda related videos. And this has been the Hyrule Historian. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all within the next episode. Thanks for watching, and later.